Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kayla, and today we are going to be talking about my weight gain journey. But before that, I do have a little mini unwrapping, ungifting, if you will. My sister has this really pretty heart ring from Missouri, and I was like, oh girl, I gotta get that. So this is exactly what I did. Let's open her up. And this is my first time seeing the ring as well, in person. So unlike all my other videos, my haul videos, I have not worn this yet. Wow, I love this color. My sister has this in cream. I'll get closer so you guys can see it, okay? Okay, so this is the ring. So pretty. I absolutely love it. The link to this ring will be in the description box, of course. I'm so obsessed, y'all. Okay, y'all. So let's get into this weight gain journey. So a little bit about myself. I have always been pretty small. Shoot. My smallest was like 110 at 5'4". So yeah. I started my weight gain journey 3 years ago. And at that point I was about 112. Like I would kind of like go back and forth between like 110 and then like my highest would be like 115, right? So the year was 2020 or like 2019 or something like that. It's maybe like 4 years ago. But anyways, I was like, okay, I really want to take weight gaining seriously. I had been on a couple of weight gaining journeys throughout my 20s. And I don't know, 2019, 2020, I was just like, girl, we're going to get this together. We're going to get on our stuff and we are going to gain weight. I didn't really like the way my clothes fit. I just felt unhealthy. I wasn't really eating that much. Like some days I would probably only have like a cracker. Like that's crazy. Or I'll just have like one meal a day or one small meal a day. You know what I'm saying? And you can't sustain your body off of just one meal a day, let alone a cracker, y'all. So I really just put it in my mind. It was one of the things that I actually manifested for myself during that time period. I can get into the other things a little bit later, like in another video or something. But I was like, I'm determined. I want to be focused. And I started off slowly. You're not going to gain weight overnight unless you're eating like a lot of calories. Like 5,000 calories a day. And that's not realistic, you know what I'm saying? You have to love yourself at each step of the journey. That's the only way it's going to be a healthy journey. Because, you know, some people, they really want to go extreme, and you know that can work for them, but then you end up losing all of the weight that you gain because you get tired eventually, or you end up getting way more than you plan to, you know. Not starting out slowly and not really allowing your body to adjust to this new kind of normal or new routine, right? So one of the biggest thing that I had to do was kind of get my appetite up and running. So what I did was a research. I learned about macrobrute. And throughout this time, for like the past 3-4 years, I have been taking macrobrute on and off. Currently, I'm not really on a weight gain journey, even though I do want to get back on it. But started taking macrobrute. I heard that it helped with appetite. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I had a placebo effect, but I was getting a little bit, hungrier. So I'll break it down, right? So before the pandemic started, right, in 2020, before everything shut down, what I would do, oh child, I don't recommend this because I don't know if it's healthy, but I was eating a lot of fast food because I was really busy. Um, I was working my current job, but I was also going to two different places at once, two different locations for that job. So, you know, to save time and energy, I was eating fast food for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I definitely gained that weight pretty quickly. I was probably eating around 2,000 to 3,000 calories, maybe 3,500. And for my size, I am 5'4". Back then, I was like 113, give or take. Um, so my calorie intake to gain, if I can remember, like what I really wanted, like every like what was it, like 2,000 calories. I didn't really have to eat that much. People think that you like. I know like the standard calorie intake for a grown woman is 2,000 calories. But um, I actually was able to gain weight off of eating 2,000 calories a day, give or take, you know? And I think that's what really helped me because it's realistic. So you just have to figure out what kind of calorie intakes that you need to take in for your body type. There is a calorie calculator that I used that will be in the link in the description box. Excuse me. So yeah, so back to me eating a lot of fast food. I mean, I did try to make healthy choices. So in the morning, right, I would go to Dunkin' Donuts or I would go to McDonald's. If I went to Dunkin' Donuts, I got a bagel, I got a tea, and I think their oatmeal also, right? Or I get a breakfast sandwich and their oatmeal. And then the same with McDonald's. If I was feeling more McDonald's, I would get a breakfast sandwich, an oatmeal, and a tea. So that's pretty filling. That's pretty heavy right there and then. Their breakfast sandwiches are around, I want to say like 350, 500 calories. Then you have the oatmeal, that's at least another 300 calories. And of course, tea. And I don't know how much the tea, I mean, I don't eat 50, 100 calories. So you're getting off to a good start. And then 2 hours after that, lunchtime, I will go to Checkers. Now, that was the unhealthy part because honestly, an oatmeal, breakfast sandwich, and tea is not terrible. But then I would go to Checkers and I would get an order of fries, or get like a combo fries, and then I get like an 8-piece hot wings and a large Coke. That's where the unhealthy part comes in. But I mean, it was good. And then I eventually switched it up. There's this restaurant near my job called Go Detox. So I was hitting up Go Detox pretty often. And there they have really great smoothies. So I get a strawberry banana smoothie. I would get a shrimp quesadilla, and the quesadilla had, of course, shrimp, but it also had mushrooms in it, cheese. It came with salsa and a little bit of sour cream and avocados. Like they had like 4 slices of avocado on it as well, which was really good. So I would have that. Oh, and then I would also get a bag of chips to go with it. Like I would used to get like the ranch Doritos and like put it inside the quesadilla and eat it. So yeah, so that helped me. And during this time, I was also taking my Macaroot. After that, I would come home and I would probably either go to KFC, y'all, and get a chicken pot pie. I know, and a soda and a cookie, or I would just go home and eat at home. And like at home, I was having a typical dinner would be rice and peas, curry chicken, some kind of protein, and a vegetable, whether that's cabbage or carrots or something like that. So yeah, I would have my last meal. And all those meals were pretty heavy. And then as I started getting hungrier and hungrier, I would add on snacks. So some of my favorite snacks included the natural fruit roll-ups, or like the natural fruit sticks. Not a lot of people like them. If I can find a link, I'll put them in the description box as well, from Target. They're natural fruit strips, really good. A lot of people like them, but I would get the pomegranate flavor. I would get, what other flavors would I get? There was like this orange one that I really liked, but I can't remember what it was. But I would be eating those, and they're really addictive. And then another really great snack that packs a lot of calories and it's not too big to eat are the Kind bars. But back then the Kind bars were cheaper. So once they started going up in price, I moved on to the Target version of the Kind bars, and I would get the high protein version. I would either get like the coconut one, so it would just be like strips of like coconut in it. It was really chewy. I think it had like honey in it or something like that. With like coconut flakes, almonds, really good. Or I would get the chocolate almond one, and basically that would just be like the little Krispies, kind of like Rice Krispie treats. But then it had like dark chocolate on the back, and it had almonds and of course honey. So I was eating those, and those little nut bars, they pack a good amount of calories. They're like I want to say around 170 to like 200, 250 calories. So just adding that extra on, like that, you're done. Like that's perfect. Another snack that I would really enjoy are the Lunchables. I'm such a kid. So the supermarket by me, what supermarket is that? They always had discounts on Lunchables. And ever since I was a kid, I loved Lunchables. So it was just right up my alley. I think it was like Stop and Shop or something. So I would get like the express, what I like to call the express packaging. So it didn't have like the juice in it. It just had, I would get the pizza ones, right? So it would have the pizza, the cheese. Sometimes I'll get the pepperoni, sometimes it won't be with the pepperoni. And then it would come with like a crunch bar, like the little chocolate crunch bars, or it would come with two like vanilla cream cookies. And those run you about 300 calories right there as well. You eat two of those, and they're tiny, so you can eat them and then still have room for more, which was perfect. And you're getting 300 calories, and you eat two of those, you're getting 600 calories, and just off of freaking Lunchables. Like, I know that sounds bad, but that's what I did. And during this time, I was also eating a lot of vegetables, mainly for dinner. Um, mainly for dinner. But a lot of fruit as well. I would eat an apple a day. Like, that was my thing. I don't really like red apples, so I would eat green apples. But that was another snack that I loved. Yogurt was a really huge snack for me. I would usually eat that after breakfast or with my breakfast even. And I'll tell y'all, as I get on, like, I really started adding on extra calories when the pandemic hit and we were home and was working from home. So I was able to add on more calories and cook from home. So the routine did switch up. But yeah, yogurt was my favorite. The nut bars, Lunchables, fruit, Ensure. So I don't know why, guys. Like, Ensure is a hit and miss for me because I used to drink it a lot, the chocolate version in the Plus. So it had like a little bit extra calories. Like, it was like what, 350 calories. But I don't know, at some point it just made my stomach hurt. So I had to cut that out. But I was still able to gain weight and keep a consistent, appetite and eating during this time. Uh, so yeah, those are my favorite snacks. I'm looking at my notes, y'all. So in addition to the macaroon, I was also taking my vitamins. I feel like it's really important to set that foundation, making sure that you're taking your vitamins, or at least, going to the doctor, making sure that, you're doing the right thing for your health. I was taking daily vitamins, my macaroon. I was also taking chlorophyll a little bit later on. And that was just to help with bloating. Um, what else? Right, so I worked my way up from 1 meal to 3 meals a day with 2 snacks. So I'll tell you guys how it kind of changed when the pandemic hit and we, couldn't go really. I wasn't really going outside. I was scared. I wasn't really going outside to um to get fast food. Just give me 1 second. So I really wasn't getting fast food when I was home, when we were all under quarantine. Um, so it switched up a lot for me. I was doing grocery runs every 2 weeks. I was spending roughly around $150, and I would get everything that I needed. So this is where I really started eating 1 apple a day. Um, Breakfast time would be my biggest meal, um, only because I like getting in a lot of calories initially. When it gets later in the day, sometimes you can become a little bit lazier, and you want something a little bit lighter depending on how you feel. So I love breakfast, so I really packed it on. So I would make oatmeal, and then for my oatmeal, I would add fruit to it. So I would add, you can get frozen fruits, they last a long time. So I get like a frozen berry blend. It comes with raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, and then I would just sprinkle that over my hot oatmeal. It'll eventually, end up softening and, you know, melting a little bit. And then I would also add walnuts on top of it, which is really good. Drizzle some honey. It was really good. And I would get like the maple flavored oatmeal, instant oatmeal. So I would have that. I would have a tea, of course. I love tea. I feel like it's so therapeutic, so calming. Um, I would also have bacon, but I went from eating pork bacon to turkey bacon. So I would have, and turkey bacon has a lot less calories, but I would eat like 4 slices of turkey bacon with 3 to 4 eggs, um, whether it be boiled or I like my eggs fried, so I would do that with salt and pepper. And then I would either have a bagel with cream cheese and jelly. I know, guys, a plain bagel, cream cheese and jelly, or I would do regular toast, um, or sometimes do cinnamon raisin bagels, put butter on it, and then put American cheese on top. So that was breakfast. Oh, and then a yogurt. I would do a yogurt sometimes, guys. So y'all know the Chobani flip cups? Perfect, because it has the yogurt in there. It also has, I would get the Coco Loco, I think it's called. But yeah, the Coco Loco. So it would come with the yogurt, vanilla yogurt, Greek yogurt, and then I would have the almonds and the chocolate pieces in there, and the coconut flakes, which was really good. I would have that. And then lunchtime, what I would do, I would have a cheese grill sandwich, a nut bar, and baby carrots with ranch. I know, it seems so childish. Or I'll switch it up. I'll have celery, but then I would also add peanut butter on top of it. And like raisins. So ants on a log. I know, very kindergarten of me, but it worked. It worked, child. So I would have that, and maybe I'll have an iced tea or I'll have water, just depending on how I felt. I really like tea, y'all, in multiple versions: milk tea, iced tea, hot tea. um, so I would do that. I wasn't really drinking soda anymore at this point, y'all. I would just be drinking juices. So tea, cranberry juice, sometimes orange juice. I'm not really a big fan of orange juice. Um, Lemonade, that kind of thing, but mostly water. So that's breakfast and lunch. And then moving on to dinner, I would make my own shrimp quesadillas, with the idea of the Go Detox quesadillas that I was getting before the pandemic hit. What else? I would make a lot of different things. Quesadillas was really my favorite. Like, I really ate that a lot. Pasta is a really huge thing for me. I don't really particularly care for cooking a lot, so I like making simple, easy things. So I would make a lot of garlic butter pasta, whether that be angel hair pasta or the bow ties or the rigatoni. I would add spinach to it, butter. Sometimes I'll do, like, regular tomato sauce or Alfredo or penne alla vodka, which I really like. But I really kept it simple, and I think that's really important, especially when you're on a weight gain journey, because when you're on a weight gain journey, most likely you probably don't eat that often as it is or cook. I know that was for me in my case. So it's about taking it easy, making sure that you can sustain this new lifestyle, and making quick, easy meals was really a part of it. That tasted good, and you're getting a good amount of different food groups. So that's mainly what I ate. Um, and then let's see. I was also working out like 3 times a week. I didn't really do any weight training, just mostly I would go on YouTube, look up more body exercises, full body exercises, um, going on walks, trying to keep your body active. I was also doing a little bit of waist training, so I was wearing a corset on a regular basis for like 3 to 5 hours, sometimes 6, just to like maintain my waist. And I really need to get back into it because I'm noticing some changes in my body right now. But whew, I was able to gain a lot of weight, y'all. So I started my weight gain journey, let's see, I want to say in September of 2019, October 2019. But I really didn't start pushing the envelope to like, I want to say January of 2020. And it, like, the weight, like during that January 2020 to like March 2020 and continuing on, I really gained a lot of weight. I went from like 110, my starting point, 110, 113, to 130, and then summer of 2020, I hit like 135. And of course, I will put pictures in. I'll put pictures in right here. Yeah, so I really was able to gain a good amount of weight. Like, going from 110 to 135, that's a lot of dedication. And it doesn't happen overnight. This took months. And I'm sure there's like a faster way of doing it, but believe me and you, like, I really enjoyed the journey. Like I said before, I enjoyed noticing the difference in my body each week or each month that I kept on going. I really enjoyed when my family and friends were like, "Oh my gosh, Kayla, you girl, you getting you getting thick." I really enjoyed those comments. So it only motivated me to keep on pushing and keep on thriving in my weight journey. So I do want to give some tips here that really helped me, that I really kept in mind. So I did do calorie counting only for like the first initial couple of months, you know what I'm saying, or month. And then eventually you already know how much calories you need to take, like in the back of your mind. You know how much a boiled egg, like how many calories a boiled egg has and all that stuff. You know what you need to do. So it becomes a lot easier and a lot frustrating. Because I know calorie counting can be kind of like, it's a little, some people may feel like it's a little too much. But I did initially start calorie counting only to keep track of what I was intaking, because I really wanted to make sure I was staying on top of my goal. So I would go to Google. I would type in, if so basically, if I was eating something that didn't have exact measurements that I needed, so for example, like I said before, a boiled egg. So I will Google how many calories does a boiled egg have, or how many calories does a fried egg have, and then I would multiply that number by the amount of eggs I was having. So let's say a boiled egg is 50 calories. I was multiplying that by the amount that I had, which was three, usually 3 to 4. So do the math. So calorie counting, that definitely helped because I was figuring out like how to reach my end goal, and it wasn't really anything like extra. I wasn't really keeping a journal or anything like that. I would just write in my notes. I would do all the math as I kept on going throughout the day, add it up in the calculator on my phone, write it down in my notes just to keep track of what I was doing each day. That just got easier, and it kind of became a no-brainer to the point where I already knew what I needed to do. Calorie calculator, yeah, I said that. Oh yeah, calorie calculator. So calculating how many calories you need in order to reach your goal. So there's a specific amount of calories that you need to eat each week in order to gain a certain amount of weight in a certain time frame. So I'm just throwing these numbers out. Let's say you want to gain 10 pounds in the next month, right? So you're gonna need to eat like, I don't know, 10,000, like 15,000, 20,000 calories a week. You know, something like that. Like it'll calculate how many calories you need to intake for each week, and it'll also break it down by day as well. So let's say you're lacking one day, right? You don't meet your calorie intake goal. You can always tack it on to the following day and the following day after that, so that you're meeting your weekly goal. What else? Okay, so this is what I like to call strategic eating. So making sure that you're eating the high calorie foods on your plate first. So I would consider this, for me, it was the nuts, walnuts, almonds, pistachios, eggs. I really like eggs, y'all. I'm sorry. Breads, potatoes, like carbs. Carbs are really, really pack on those calories. Ice cream. I really love me some ice cream. I would have dessert, y'all. That I need to add that to the snack list. But that would only be after dinner. I would have me a nice bowl of Rocky Road ice cream or green tea ice cream, which I love, and mochi. I really got into that. But yeah. So making sure you're eating the high calorie foods on your plate first, but also make sure that you're eating those veggies too. Eat after working out. So what I would do, I would get up in the morning, I would do my workout routine, especially when I was home for the pandemic. And then after that, I would go shower, straight to eating. Meal prepping. So I am not a fanatic meal prepper. The way I like to do it, because I don't like leftovers, is I will cook enough of a meal for the following day and the day after that. And And then once that's finished, I would cook something else again and save for the next 2 days or 3 days, and repeat that cycle. So I feel like that's a lot easier than, on a Sunday making a million meals for the week. I mean, if that works for you, cool, but that don't work for me. And I don't really like leftovers like that. So 2 days is my max. 3 days is pushing it. So that's what I did. That's what I kind of do now, with that. So breakfast as my largest meal, like I said before, that's my big thing. And also an accountability friend. So my sister, I didn't even designate her to be my accountability friend, but she is the girl that she is the lady that will always come to me throughout the day, or like just randomly text me and be like, Kayla, did you eat today? What you had to eat? You ain't eat nothing today? And honestly, I'll be for real. Sometimes it could be kind of annoying, but I really appreciate her asking me that, because, that's a sign of love, checking in on someone, making sure that they're eating, especially because she knew like I was only eating one meal. So trying to keep an accountability friend is great, because they can check in on you and they can keep you focused, keep you on your task. So that's all I have right now. If there's anything else that I remember or I can think of, I will let you guys know. All the information about what I've done, key points, will be in the description box. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Yeah, so thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, please. And just let me know in the comments if, when you on your if you're on your own weight gain journey, and how it's going for you, and if any of my tips or my story helped in any way. All right, so thank you guys. Bye.